Hi readers, I'm Jordan.
And I'm Katie.
And welcome to Not Another Heroine, the podcast where we break down the best and worst fictional heroines, those swashbuckling ladies who have to work a little harder than expected for their happy ending.
Want to see what's next on our TBR list? Subscribe to us on YouTube or follow us on Instagram for a sneak peek at upcoming content or to help us pick our next book.
It's the pick of the week. Pick of the week.
I was not expecting that.
I needed like a different genre, I think.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been a while.
Yeah. Trying to keep it diverse.
Yeah. So we missed picks of the week.
I know.
It's been a month-ish.
Ooh.
Maybe more.
Ooh.
I know.
I'm guilty.
So am I. But we're back with picks of the week.
And we sound not sick.
Yeah. It's probably going to last for maybe a week.
Probably.
Or two. Then the dead of winter is going to hit and we're going to die. But yeah.
Yeah.
But speaking of winter.
Yes.
That was a bad segue.
That was very adorable. I appreciated it.
I tried. So this pick of the week is the words. Hello, microphone. I haven't seen you in a while. The Lion in Winter by James Goldman.
It sounds like a fantasy, and I know it's not. But
It is not anywhere close. This is an unusual pick of the week for us, mostly because we didn't pick it. Our dear friend Rob bought 3 copies of this book and insisted that we read it. So I was the first copy came in, I got it, and I finished it in about an hour and a half or so. And that's because it's not a book. It's a screenplay. Or, yeah.
Oh, it's a screenplay?
You didn't know?
No. Wait, is there a difference between screenplays and regular plays? Or are they just called the same thing?
It's the written form of the, like...
Would all plays be called screenplays? Or does it have to be something?
It's the script, I think. Oh my God, I'm questioning reality right now.
I am in another universe right now. Please continue.
Okay, I'm just going to stick with screenplay and then Google this later. There have been 2 movies, and there was obviously a stage production based on the screenplay. The first movie came out in the 60s, I think, had Katharine Hepburn, Peter O'Toole, which means nothing to Katie here.
Nope. Oh, wait. Audrey Hepburn, yes.
Katharine Hepburn.
Oh, nope.
Same era. Phenomenal woman. She's really cool if you've never heard of her.
And she's different than Audrey Hepburn.
Very. She's a different character type. She's a cool actress. She was way ahead of her time.
Nope. Doesn't mean anything. Continue.
And then, okay, so there was another movie later on with Glenn Close of Cruella de Vil fame. She played in like the early 90s, 101 Dalmatians.
Oh, okay, yeah.
There we go. Found a reference for Katie.
90s.
And here we go. And the other male lead is played by the dude from Star Trek. Bald dude. What's his name?
Lost me again.
Oh, God.
I have seen 0 movies.
I'm trying. That's a TV show. Star Trek.
I rest my case.
Oh, my God. Anyway, so to further clarify, I haven't watched either of these movies because I wanted to treat this like a book and kind of do our review based on just the written form. It is so good, but nothing happens. I know.
Interesting.
So the reason we're talking about this pick of the week on the Wednesday before Thanksgiving is because this story is kind of like a historical dinner party. So it revolves around Eleanor of Aquitaine and Henry II and their 3 sons, Geoffrey, John, and Richard. You should know Richard and John, Richard the Lionheart from Robin Hood.
Oh, shit.
So this story is about their parents.
Oh, fuck.
I am not a history nerd. I don't know much about it. I know the names vaguely. But Rob recommended this to us based solely on the dialogue. It is so tightly written, so funny. It is the best banter. But basically, these 2 parents, Eleanor and Henry, hate each other. And they're in their 50s, I want to say 50s and 60s. And Henry has imprisoned Eleanor in like a castle.
Oh, fuck.
Because like they're always going at it. Like he's got a side piece.
Oh my God.
The side piece is a character. And they all gather. He releases her from her castle prison for Christmas. And they all kind of come together as a family, including the side piece who his wife helped raise.
Oh, the audacity.
I know. But like, it's weird because Eleanor and side piece have a really like mother-daughter style relationship. It's so, yeah.
This is awesome.
But so it's a quick read. It's 90 something pages. So, but it's basically Eleanor and Henry fighting over who is going to inherit the throne. Because, and I didn't know this, oh my God, I can't say this word. Primogenitor? It's the term used to describe when the oldest child inherits the estate.
I didn't know that was
or
a word.
inherits the monarchy. So that wasn't a thing at this time in history, if it's accurate, because I'm not sure. I don't know history. So it was up for grabs, basically. Any of the three sons could inherit the throne from Henry. And so they're all like going at it. So you have John the youngest, who's 16 during this play. You have, and he's kind of like the spoiled youngest child, typical. You have Joffrey, not Joffrey of Game of Thrones, but he's like the intellectual puppeteer who's manipulating everyone. He's very fun. And then you have Richard, who's like the big badass general warrior, who's like, I'm the biggest, I'm the baddest, like, of course I'll be the next king, because it's Richard the Lionheart, of course.
He was played as a lion in the Disney version.
I know. So, but the reason, and the second thing is the reason this was recommended to us, aside from the banter, the dialogue, just the excellent aspects of character development that occur, is because Rob said that this is one of the strongest female heroines. Well, female heroine?
Heroine.
A little redundant on my part there. The strongest like female character protagonist he's ever read. And I would agree. Eleanor is a badass bitch in this book. She's witty, she's smart, she's basically pulling all the strings in the background. She knows how to, she's always one step ahead of Henry, who's a very smart man in his own right. And she's always 3 steps ahead of her sons, who are just dipshits sometimes.
This is so awesome.
It was delightful to read. It was just a nice like escape to like sit in there. And it says something about the quality of the dialogue and the writing that you don't really need any description. Like there's very few plays that are you can read and enjoy and immerse yourself in and feel like you know the characters. Oh my God, I'm out of breath. I'm so excited about this book.
There's barely books that can do that. Like I think it just kind of speaks in 90 pages. You can establish everyone's personality, everyone's like wants and desires.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like baffled. Like
90 pages, just dialogue and a scene description. And you have a really good read on, let's see, at least 6 characters.
Holy shit.
Fascinating. So it's not for everyone. I don't expect a lot of people to like go out and buy this screenplay, read it. It's very, I mean, it's random, right? Thanks, Rob.
That's true. This does feel very like pulled out of a hat.
Yeah. But I do recommend it as like a baseline. Like this is what good dialogue should be. This is what character development can be if it's written concisely, if it's written well, if the characters are well thought out. It's awesome. And nothing happens. They have dinner, they fight, they reconvene, they fight again. They seem to make up. And then like it all comes down to it where Henry and Eleanor are like, yep, I'm going to go back to my castle. I'm going to keep letting the boys fight over the throne and I'll see you next year.
Oh
like,
my God.
So it's just like Thanksgiving. I mean,
it's a Christmas special.
There are some absolutely delightful quotes. Like there's probably a quotable thing on every single page here.
Wow.
But let me pull out a few of them. And I'm curious your opinion on one, because I'm not sure how to feel about it.
Oh.
Because in the scene descriptions for the screenplay, they'll give like what the actor should look like if they're going to play this part.
Oh, okay.
And so they're describing what the actress should like present herself as. And this
for Eleanor?
This is for Eleanor, who's like 60. And it says, finally, she is that most unusual thing, a genuinely feminine woman, thoroughly capable of holding her own in a man's world. How do you think about that?
I don't know, because it's both like a little bit like patriarchal misogynist, but it's also such a like succinct description of that kind of person. You know what I mean? That like it feels grody, but I also can perfectly imagine that kind of woman. Like,
yeah. So like what does feminine mean?
Yeah.
I think that's that's the conundrum there.
Yeah.
But like, I know, like we both know what that kind of woman looks like. So
they're almost the women who have figured men out and like throw it back at them, but they do it in such a feminine way that like
they never know.
Yeah, and they're like confused by it. Like it's such a fun character, but I feel like they're kind of rare because they're not always done well.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I wish I could be someone like that, but I am new.
I think that also comes with life experience because again, Eleanor is, she's the mother, I think, of 6 like grown children. Like she's been a queen for 30 plus years by the time like at this setting.
Teaches you a thing or two.
Yeah. So there's also, I loved this particular quote from Eleanor, and I think it's probably about 2/3 of the way through.
Oh, have you seen Suits?
No.
Oh God, I've been on this like horrible binge thing, but if you watch Suits, I feel like that describes Jessica. She's like a partner at the law firm, wears beautiful like business casual all the time, looks glamorous 100% of the time, but she's a partner at one of the like top law firms in New York, and she just destroys people on a daily basis, and men never know how to react around her. That is Eleanor. That is like modern day. It's just one of those like women that can like, no, I'm okay. And men are like, what do you mean?
Like, you're beautiful and I'm attracted to you, but why? I feel controlled right now and I don't know why.
It's like, wait a second. 100%. Yeah.
I need to watch this now.
Huh. It's kind of repetitive, but the first couple bits are good. But please continue.
Well, that kind of tracks with this quote. So again, this is coming from a woman who has a lot of life experience. And so she's talking about, she and Henry are talking with each other, and they're kind of like going back and forth as they do throughout this entire play. And she says, I don't much care. In fact, I wonder, Henry, if I care for anything. I wonder if I'm hungry out of habit and if all my lusts, like passions in a poem, aren't really recollections. Uh-huh. Yeah, makes you think a little bit.
Oh my God.
It's a little bit dark. And then finally, one last quote for this pick of the week. It's from Henry. And if this is not a quote for a Not Another Heroine podcast, I don't know what is. And he says, I could have conquered Europe, all of it, but I had women in my life.
Bro.
I know.
I like stuff like that because it can be read 2 ways. So on the one hand, it can be interpreted like, oh, women are keeping me from reaching my full potential, et cetera, et cetera. But I think it also could be read that like they're keeping them from being stupid and egotistical and like, you don't need to conquer all of Europe. Like, do you really want to take that all on? So it's this fun, like, I don't know, implication of like, they're both keeping you from doing something stupid and like unnecessary and murdering, a lot of people, but also like, women, nag. It's like, no, we're just keeping you from.
Yeah. We can let you think this is all you're doing, but really? Yeah.
Yeah. Women are awesome.
So this story is kind of tough to come up with 3 similar books because it's not a book.
I don't even think I've read any other like plays.
You've read Shakespeare.
Against my will. A Midsummer's Night Dream made 0 sense.
I mean,
the whole thing is a fever dream.
It is a acid trip, I think is what it is. For real.
Exciting. Okay.
I think have I read any other outside of like mandatory reading in school? I don't think I've read a lot of screenplays.
I don't think so either.
Yeah. So this is the first. It's excellent. I don't know that I would reread it, but it is so quotable.
That's fair.
And I urge any of you readers to just read a page just so you see what like good back and forth dialogue can be, and just get a sense of like how much character development you can do in 90 pages with good writing, because there's been a lack of good writing recently.
Yeah. It's kind of fun because this is basically in the fan fiction world a one-shot where it's just one scene or one story, no intention of any other scenes in the same universe. It's just, this is what it is. Here you go.
Oh,
yeah. It's a one-shot for my fanfic people who don't read screenplays like myself.
That's, yeah, fair. So doesn't need any recommendations. We'll close it out here. We hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving if you are in the U.S. and celebrating, or even abroad celebrating.
Or a Friendsgiving.
Yes, Friendsgiving.
Which are so much fun.
The food is sometimes better.
I honestly, God.
Right?
And more like conscious of like preferences and like things people can't always have.
Yeah, so how is your... This might be a personal question, but how is your Thanksgiving going to be with your...
For our readers, I don't eat gluten. And
not by choice.
Nope,
she literally cannot eat gluten.
Nope. I like blow up like a doll and
not a good doll.
Nope. So it's always questionable, but they have some like good gluten-free alternatives. But weirdly, my parents are less receptive to changes than my partner's parents. They're always like, "Oh my God, like what do we get you?" And I'm like, "No, please don't. I'm not an inconvenience." I know.
So sweet.
But
But
it's
also
like,
your parents.
I know. There's some childhood drama there, but yeah. So it's not fun. So if you have friends or family members that have like food dietary restrictions, just like be nice to them.
Listen to them.
Like
It's
I would
not a
eat the
joke.
stuffing if I could.
Oh, that makes me so sad that you can't eat stuffing.
Yeah.
And death to you all who call it dressing.
Ew.
Ew.
Because dressing is like salad dressing. Right?
Well, yeah. So I think the difference, and that was aggressive.
Culinary talk.
I don't truly mean death to you all if you call it dressing. Dressing goes outside the bird. Stuffing goes inside the bird.
Is that the difference?
I think so. My family has called it stuffing no matter where it goes. So
because we don't put stuffing in the turkey. I mean, they might, but stuffing is like a side dish.
yeah, that's what we
So
usually.
why would you call it dressing?
I don't know.
I am bamboozled. Dressing.
It's weird.
Ugh.
Do you have a favorite Thanksgiving?
Sweet potatoes with
Oh, that's
marshmallows on top.
Oh my God, blasphemy! Marshmallows?
What?
No.
Oh, Jordan.
No.
No
Marshmallows.
Marshmallows
and
roasted
potatoes
on top.
do not belong together.
What do you put
This
on yours?
is not a happy relationship. Marshmallows and sweet potatoes?
Yeah.
No, it's brown sugar, pecans, butter.
Pecans. Nuts.
Yes, it's crunchy. The sweet potatoes are soft. You get the sweetness from the brown sugar. It's delicious.
Oh, you are going to be distraught at our work Thanksgiving party.
Oh my God.
There are going to be marshmallows on those sweet taters.
Sweet taters. Oh my God.
Well, you just witnessed the end of Jordan and I's culinary
we can't
friendship.
talk anymore. No. Mm-mm. Well, from
Jordan's shelf.
Oh,
to
it is my
yours.
shelf. We'll see you on the next page.